It's just, I clicked on the
She
one,
could share, she clicked on the wrong one though.
the share and create instead of the PNG.
As long as it's on the agenda correct for people to be able to view it. That's the link that matters on the agenda. Because
So,
you can email your
Hey, Jenny, can you hear me? Hey, Jenny, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Okay, it's Caitlin. I'm just making sure we just ended, so they are making their way over and they'll be ready for you to start in about 3 minutes.
Okay, so do I have somebody to introduce me, or do I need to just do that myself?
I can do it for you if you'd like, or you can just kind of greet people as they log in. And then I'll try to help with monitoring the YouTube channel too to see if there's any questions from the viewers.
Perfect. So how will I know when people log in? Do I just go back and forth to the YouTube?
I would just start at 12:55. If they're not in there right away, they'll get in there, and anything they miss, it will be recorded for later.
Okay.
But that way you have enough time to get your presentation out and ready to go.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Okay, so I'm going to be talking to you guys today about using Green Screen. Do Ink is the name of the app. So I'm going to be talking to you about how I use it. So I'm going to be talking to you guys today about using. Hold on, I've got some overplay here. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about how I'm using Do Ink with my diverse learners. I'm a special ed teacher in an elementary school, and I absolutely love the Do Ink app. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up my PowerPoint here, share it with you. All right, and hopefully you guys have access to this. Okay. So just some background information. I just returned to the classroom after taking a little bit of a break, and technology was definitely a growth area for me. And so I have 3 girls, and I love that they're willing to try out any new technology that I want to use in my classroom for me. So here's the Do Ink app, and you can access it just through the App Store. And I put up here a link. The Do Ink website has some awesome tutorials. So if you go through this training today and you feel like, gosh, I need some more information, I need some more training, it was extremely helpful for me to use their online training tools and videos. So before we get started, my favorite way to use Do Ink is I use it a lot with Reader's Theater just to bring it to life. And then I also use the Do Ink app a whole lot when I have students read text and provide a summary. So it's a great way for them to just act as a newscaster presenting nonfiction text that they read. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch off here to my iPad to show you a finished product that I have, and then we'll go through the steps of how to create your own video. So I'm going to show you, it's a Reader's Theater that we created in our class. Heidi Neltner is our technology specialist, and she's fabulous, and she came in and she helped me just kind of get up and running with this. So I'm going to pull up, here we go. Okay, our first one, and it's called Here Come the Monsters. So I'm going to make sure I have my volume up so that you can hear it. Okay, pull it up on my iPad. Okay, and turn up the volume here. All right. And hopefully it'll play. Can you guys hear it? I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Let me. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but I'm going to go ahead and pause it and escape out of there. So that was just a little video, and I'm sorry that it didn't play as great as I had hoped it would, but that was a Reader's Theater that we used. The students had created the animation and put voice to it, and I'm going to show you just the process that we went through to create this. So I have in my PowerPoint all the screenshots that you can access later on, but I do want to do it live from my iPad. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my iPad back up. We have the app down here. It's the one that looks like the octopus, and that's your Do Ink app. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that. And in here, you'll see all of my archive projects that I've done with my students. So I'm going to pretend like we're creating a new project about students have read an article about underwater creatures, and we want to go ahead and share the information that we read. So I'm going to create a new project, and I'm going to do that by clicking the plus sign that you see in the top right-hand corner. And that's going to create a new project. Okay. All right, and here I have a blank slate for what I'm going to be using to create my new project. So you'll see on the bottom right-hand side that we have 3 plus signs, and that's where we're going to layer the images that we're going to be having in our video. So in the video I just showed, Here Come the Monsters, we had the scene of the front yard and the house, and so that was our main picture. That was the first picture, and then we layered on the little emojis, and then we layered on the students talking as well. So we're going to start by choosing our background image, and the first plus sign that you see on the bottom right-hand side, I'm going to click on that. Okay, and I'm going to upload an image. So I'm going to click on the image. Okay, and that's going to bring up all the images that I have saved in my album. And so I'm going to actually go with a picture that one of my students, my daughter, created of an underwater theme. So you can have your students search the internet to find an underwater theme or an image that matches your topic. But I also love having the students, draw a summary of their text and using their artwork as the basis for the video. So that's going to be our background image, and I'm going to click on the word use, and that's going to create our first kind of image that we're going to use. The next plus sign is where I'm going to be adding in, the character. I can already have a pre-recorded video against a green screen, or I can record it live. A lot of times my students and I will just record it live. I hang up green butcher paper on a wall in my classroom, and that's the green screen. But we also have an awesome green screen room in our building. But just because transitions are hard for my students, sometimes we don't take the time to go to the green screen room because By the time we get down there and get set up, our time together's up. So I just have a little corner with butcher paper hanging in it, and that's what we use. So I'm going to go back here to my PowerPoint because I don't have any models available for me to do the green screen. And I'm going to show you just a video that I recorded with my daughter in our green screen room. Okay, hopefully it'll work. Okay, so this is in our green screen room, and using the Do Ink app, I just had my daughter standing in front of the green screen, talking out or performing based upon what the task was that you provided your students. And that right there, you can see, is just a super engaging way for the students to share out. So another thing, I'm going to go back to my iPad. So then if I want to add on even more, I added in the video of my students either talking about sea creatures or performing a task. If I want to make it even more engaging, that's when I'm going to go up here to my third plus sign, and I can add in some visuals. So you can see here, just using a green Starbucks straw, I can add in some effects that you would be able to see dancing in the background. So when I started this process, I don't consider myself super tech savvy. This was definitely an area of growth for me, and I wanted to engage my students with technology. So our initial videos were extremely basic, but we had an absolute blast doing so. So I'm going to just show you one of our really early videos of how we just learn the process of using the green screen with our students. And hopefully this will play. So we were doing a unit on the gingerbread man. And so we had a background image of a farm, and we wanted the gingerbread man to be running around in the background. So I have an awesome coworker, Kim, and incredible instructional assistants, and we made the gingerbread man, and we just hung a piece of green chart paper, and we just recorded our gingerbread man dancing around on the green chart paper to layer it in for the Reader's Theater that we were going to be doing on the gingerbread man. And then we tested it out because I was terrified of doing this with our students and it just not working out. So then we tested it out, and this is our instructional assistant. And you can see anything that you wear that is green is going to be transparent against your green screen. So we have our background image is the farm. That's that first plus sign. Our middle plus sign, that's our wonderful Melissa, our instructional assistant, who was doing some recording for us to test it out. That's that middle plus sign. And then we recorded on the third plus sign. That's our gingerbread man on the green Starbucks straw kind of dancing around the screen. And then we were able to put it all together for a Reader's Theater. So just due to FERPA, I can't show you the actual finished product of this, but you know, it was a super great time. We had the students in there in place of our instructional assistant, and they were reading through the Reader's Theater scripts, which was so much fun. We actually have smart boards on the wall, and so we projected our script on the smart board so that the students didn't have the papers in front of them. They were reading from the board in front of them as we were recording them against the green screen. But here's a link that if you want to watch any of the great YouTube tutorials on how to incorporate it into your classroom, they're extremely easy step-by-step. My recommendation is to just get in there and play and have fun. My coworkers and I have had an absolute blast creating these. And my students have as well. So a lot of times if we're working on, my students have IEP goals of reading comprehension. We'll talk about the best way that they want to, or the best platform for sharing out the information that they know. And a lot of times they'll choose the Do Ink green screen, and they'll say, hey, I want to do a video of the summary of the story. And I'll be like, awesome, that's fantastic. Or let's do a newscast. pretending I'll oftentimes get an article from Newsella and have them summarize that and say, okay, we'll take the role of a newscaster, choose what an appropriate background image would be, and record what key information you think your audience needs to know about that article. So there are some super great tutorials for you. So again, my recommendation is to experiment and have fun. This is definitely an area of growth for me, but I do like to tackle just a new aspect of technology each month, and my students have had a great time. So I'm going to jump from here to see if you guys have, oh, okay, I see a question that they're interested in hearing about the green screen room. And let me pull up a picture. I might actually have a picture of our green screen room for you. Let me go to my iPad and see if I can pull up those pictures for you. We're so blessed. We're actually in a new building, and it is a beautiful, beautiful building. So let me exit out of here. And go down and see. Okay, here's a picture I'll show you. This is our green screen room. So it's where our students film the news in the morning. And so it's just a green wall that's painted. When the students film the news, they sit at the table, and then whichever image that they've selected for the background is projected. I think I have another picture. Yeah, just a basic painted green wall is our green screen room. But for me, I'm all for going low tech. I'll pull up some other images I've actually at home because I do like to try things at home first. Let me find the image. I made my cat. We read an article about how feral cats in Hawaii are affecting the monk seals. And so we wanted to layer in an image of a feral cat. This is Cheeto, he's not feral, but I just hung green screen on my kitchen, in my kitchen on the lower counters, and just recorded my cat against the green screen. And then when we layered it in, the background image was the cat. And so instead of the gingerbread man, as you saw in the other videos, what you would see is this cat kind of walking around the screen. We tried to get him to act feral, but he's kind of a chubby little guy and isn't really active. Let me go back and see if you guys have any other questions. Okay, what are similar apps for Chrome or Android? You know what, I'm sorry, I don't know, but when you go to the green screen app, the Do Ink app, they do have that option. So let me see if I can pull that up. doink.com. Let me pull it up. And I thought that they had one. Maybe not. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that question, but I can look into that and get back to you. So do you guys have any other questions? Oh, okay, I see that some people are using it. I know Chantel mentioned that she uses it for the morning newscast. Okay, and again, I'm not sure about other platforms because I use all Apple and the iPad. But I would really, this summer, take some time, just get some green paper, hang it in your house, or you know, hang it somewhere, and you know, just give it a try. So if there's no other questions, then I'm going to go ahead and log off, and thank you guys so much for being an awesome audience. Check out those tutorials online and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you, Jenny. If you are around, we did leave a little bit early, so if you'd like to go back to the agenda, session 1 is still going on. So if there was another session that you were interested in, you can go ahead and hop in there. Everything's going to be uploaded live on kygodigital.com later on our YouTube channel, so you can catch any session that you missed before, but you do have some time to catch the end of another session if you want to go ahead and jump in there. If not, feel free to stick around in this channel here. Next up, we'll have Melissa Gardner at 1:45, and she'll be talking about Google Drive. So we will see you then.
Thanks.
create info group.
Hey guys, just jumping in here. We had just finished our session on using green screen in the classroom. Our next session doesn't start until 1:45, so you still have plenty of time if you'd like to jump in and catch the end of another session that's going on right now for our first round of PM sessions. If you'd like to stay in this channel, next up on this channel we have Melissa Gardner presenting on Google Drive. So you are welcome to stay in here for that. If you have any questions, you can pop into the chat box in the YouTube channel and I can respond to you from there. If not, we will talk to you soon. Hey, everybody. Just wanting to jump in here. Our first session is just about over. So if you are jumping into this one, you are wanting to see Melissa present on Google Drive. So she will be jumping in here and starting in about 12 minutes or so. So session 2 starts at 1:45. You need to take a restroom break or go get some coffee, whatever you need to do. We'll see you back here at 1:45. Hi, everyone. If you are logging into this session, it means you're wanting to see Melissa Gardner present on Google Drive. She is going to be ready to start in about 3 minutes, so just hang tight.
You like to make international connections?
Hey, Melissa, I think we're about ready to get started. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and start presenting.
Okay.
All right, let me see if I can get my screen shared here. Maybe. Okay, let's see. Well, give me just a second here. Okay, it's not giving me my screen. Let's see. Right, hang on just a second. All right, let's see. Can you guys see my screen? Can't tell. Just a second.
Right now the camera's on you.
Okay, it's not letting me share my screen.
Okay, we could see where you were attempting it, but
Yeah,
sure.
so when I click on screen share, it's just doing the Zoom thing. See what I mean? Suggestions? Let me try going out and coming back in. Maybe that'll.
My header picture.
I don't know if you can hear me or not. There's definitely a lag. And I'm trying to unmute myself. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. We can see where you get that tunnel where you're trying to share your screen. Are you able to do that and then
Yes.
open up a new tab with your slide?
Okay, now let's see. All right. Do you see it now? Do you see the slide, or do you still see me? Or you see that?
Right now you are frozen. I do see in the thumbnail where you have your slide. So I think there's just a lag in the broadcasting part. Go ahead and just go through, start your presentation and we'll see if it catches up with us.
Okay. So I don't know if you can see the slide right now, but I'm Melissa Gardner. I'm the librarian at Campbell County Middle School. I'm going to talk today about Google Drive. Can you see the slides yet? So let me go. I'm having trouble deciding if you guys can see this or not. Can you guys see it?
It's like the little head, you're not the main projection.
Okay.
I can see that your slides are showing and not your face. But
Yeah.
I don't know how to switch it to you.
I don't either. It worked the first time. Because I can't even see. It's not letting me. It's okay. It's not it either. Okay, let's see. Now it's going to the Zoom. The thing where it's zooming out. So you guys have it up on my screen over there, right? That's not me. I mean, that's
what's showing.
because look, because this is what I clicked last time, and it goes here. And then if I go, I say share, it does that.
This is your screen sharing. Oh, it's up now. That's up now.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean,
So can you bring up your presentation now?
no. We can. If I go here.
Yes.
Is that it? No? There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Woo, okay. I think we're good now. So, anyway, so sorry for the delay, technical difficulties. So we're going to learn each of these different skills today in Google Drive. To me, Google Drive is kind of the most important part of the Google Suite because you can do everything from Google Drive. Each of these are links to the Google instructions so that if you have trouble later and want to go back and review any of these things, you can. I thought the easiest way to go through them would be to actually walk you through each one. So I'm going to go out of the PowerPoint and go back to my, this is my Google window. Over in the right-hand corner of the Google window, you will see the waffle, which will take you to any of the Google tools that you want to go to. Here, you will see that I am logged in with my account. You can click on that, and you can see who is logged in. I have both a school account and a personal account that I use with Google. My suggestion is if you have multiple accounts that you use with Google, that you make the pictures different so that you won't be confused as to which account you're logged into. So I have my Doctor Who police box for my school account, and then I have my picture for my personal account. You can log into either one. You can add more accounts here. So to access Google Drive, you can either use the waffle from the Google menu and go to Drive, or the other option is to type in drive.google.com, which is the same kind of URL for all the Google tools. For example, if you're going to Docs, you can type in docs.google.com, or Sheets would be sheets.google.com, so on and so forth. But I usually use the icon. So this is what the Google Drive screen looks like. On the left-hand side,